with this new dating life that I have accumulated, I've figured out that my type is 6 foot, maybe some tattoos, mommy issues, and, you know, like the personality of like a cardboard box cut into the shape of a cracker with no salt.
That was crazy. Oh, it's your own thing. It's your intro this time. Sing it, belt it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the That's Crazy podcast.
Keep going. Keep going. They're watching.
Where we talk about all things that make us go,
That's crazy!
I'm Zoe.
I'm Gage.
And thanks for coming back.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome to episode 4.
Oh, is it 4? Yeah.
4. It's been a chaotic night. We've been like setting up for like the last hour. So let me just lay down the ground rules. The episode topic is going out / cheaters. And I do want to put a disclaimer that I thought that the episode topic was like going out isn't like going out to bars.
Which makes no sense, because why would cheaters and going out with friends go together?
I thought we were doing like a little like 2-part little finales. It's not a finale. Special. I don't know.
Sorry, we're ending the podcast, guys. Not enough funding.
Well, actually, I should mention that our producer's dying in the background. I should mention that we will not have an episode next week because I'm actually going to be seeing Charlie XCX. And what are you going to be doing?
Sitting at home on my couch drinking a White Claw.
So yeah, the episode topic is cheaters / going out. Some of my topics are going to be about like my going out stories to like the bars because I did not.
And mine is like going out with
people.
Men.
Yeah. Okay.
This is so good. This is so good.
Also, going forward, our episodes are going to be on Saturdays now, coming out on Saturdays. New episodes every single Saturday, except for next week, obviously. Mostly because it just gives me more time to edit them. So, also, one last disclaimer for the top of show. It's chaotic. It's chaotic tonight. Sorry for Sabrina Carpenter floating around last episode.
No, because I was watching it here with Lane, and it was like just the part where we were talking about Girl Meets World, and it was really like emotional. And then all of a sudden, Sabrina Carpenter's red carpet look is on the screen.
I don't know what happened. I messed up while I was editing. I moved some stuff over, and Sabrina Carpenter popped up a minute earlier than she should have. But
it's fine.
It's fine.
We're a work in progress. Okay, cut us some slack.
Yeah, and thank you for all those who like watch every episode and like and comment. It means a lot to us, especially friends and family that are. Again, we said this before, listening to, it's just us yapping. This podcast is just us yapping.
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should dive into it here. This is going to be a disjointed episode.
We had 2 different things in mind.
Because there's so many different things. Okay. So in terms of going out, I know my mom watches this podcast too, so my mom's about to find out some new information tonight. So the first thing I want to talk about is something that happened our senior year of high school when we had a cheer party for the cheer seniors.
I didn't see that you put that in there.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Girl, let's get into it.
Oh, no.
Obviously, we're not going to say any names or anything, but shout out to the cheer team. We had fun. We were staying at, like, a cabin, basically.
A cabin in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere. And I drunk a little bit before then.
Not me.
That was your first time?
Yeah, that was the first time alcohol has ever touched these lips.
Well, that explains a lot for what's going to happen.
Oh, says you.
It was you. We were having fun. There was like a theater in there for some reason. There was like a stage.
It was a rich person's cabin. Like.
Yeah. And so it was basically us and all the cheer senior girls. I was the only guy. I was the only guy on the cheer team for like probably since
Has there been another one? I don't think so, Gage.
Well, I'm kind of iconic. Yeah. And basically, I would be on the cheer team because all the girls would come spill all the tea about each other to me. So it was...
You just had to be there anyways, you know?
Yeah.
They just gave you a uniform for it. Thanks!
We'll see if Being Snake makes another appearance this episode. He's being a little...
Yeah, hopefully not on fire.
Trifling
He's
the last few hours. So yeah, we're at this cheer party. It's in the woods. We're all sleeping over. So it was fun. It was actually fun. Like, when I think about it, like, I think fondly of it, but it got a little... I think it was vodka that we were drinking.
It was an entire
Svedka.
bottle of Tito's.
Oh, it was Tito's. Oh, we were bougie. Okay.
I don't know why we was bougie.
Is that the bougie one, or is it?
It was huge. It was the size of my head.
Yeah, it was big.
And we drank it all.
And there was... Let me just recount one of our first memories I have. We made ramen noodles because we were starving.
I made everyone ramen noodles because everybody looked at me and said, "You make it."
So we like tore apart this person's kitchen, like searching for ramen noodles, a pot, but also
we didn't do any searching. The only thing in that cupboard was ramen.
Oh,
it was an
period.
entire pantry of different types of noodles.
It was just noodles.
Just ramen noodles.
I think you found them first because you came to me and you're like, "We have to make this ramen."
Because no one else was helping me.
And then for whatever reason, we're like, this ramen needs... By this point, we were obviously tipsy. We were like, this ramen needs spice.
Something was seasoned.
So we tore apart that kitchen looking for, of all seasonings, tahini for some reason. And we were like going around like screaming, like, where is the tahini? Somebody, where is the tahini?
And it wasn't in the kitchen. It was in the breakfast nook.
Yeah, it was like on a weird like
shelf.
like a little shelf. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was like a shelf with like
just knickknacks on it.
Yeah, it was like, and it was just raining like in the middle of a bunch of knickknacks.
And it was like the heavens shone onto it.
I also love that we like knew that there would be tahini there.
We knew.
And also we added soy sauce, which if you're keeping track, y'all, ramen noodles, which already have a high like sodium content, soy sauce, tahini,
and vodka.
It's no wonder that later in the night I did throw up.
Everyone threw
quite
up.
a bit.
I was the only one that didn't throw up until the morning. And you know who was bare fisting throw up out of the toilet, out a window, because everyone was throwing up and clogging the toilet?
I had a vague, okay, Mom, you're about to learn so much about me. This is one of the only nights I've ever been like blackout drunk before. And so there was a point where I don't really remember things anymore. I remember just like sitting there and like kind of spinning. I was vibing. I vibed the whole time. I had a good time.
Oh
yeah. And I remember like sleeping and having a dream that I was like throwing up into a popcorn bucket, but I couldn't feel any of it. I was like, okay, period. Like, it's just a dream. I woke up and Zoe was like, I was the one who like helped you throw up into that popcorn bucket. Because it was a movie theater and there was nothing else to throw up into. So I think that's why we reached for the like plastic popcorn buckets, which so sorry. I wonder who cleaned all that up. That's crazy. But also there is a video of me. Because Zoe, okay, so basically after, when I got like too messy, it was like, okay, time for bed. Zoe like was leading me to the bedroom to go help me change in my pajamas because I brought my jammies with me.
You were keen on getting those jammies on.
I cannot sleep in like jeans or anything. That's weird. If you sleep in jeans, that's weird.
You were so set. And then you got mad at me because I didn't have your skincare products there.
It's very important, you guys. Oh, I can be like literally blackout drunk and I will do my skincare.
I didn't have the skincare
priorities. Anyways, there's a video of me like flying out of the bedroom without pants on. I had underwear on, like it wasn't bad or anything, but just no pants. And they like give me Gatorade, and there's a video of me like tipping backwards with the Gatorade, like literally about to fall over. And then like that was the point of the night where people started getting into fights and like there was like
old drama.
There was like old for the most part our cheer team got together, but there was like old drama that would get brought up every once in a while. We'll a whole episode on cheer sometime, to be honest.
No, it's fine, but
and then didn't somebody fall on the stage? That wasn't me, was it?
I thought it was you. I just remember coddling Gage and taking care of him, making sure he was tucked in. Like, good night, I love you so much. And I'm like, shut the up!
So that's what the story of like the first time I ever like really got drunk, and it was good. And again, Mom, sorry. Sorry.
Don't worry, I took care of your son. Don't worry.
Well, okay, to transition a little bit into like the going out kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
One of my first dates with our producer, Kaden, was actually the day after that party. So I was hungover from like 6 a.m. to like 6 p.m. But then I went to go visit him in his dorm, and by the time I finally got there, I was feeling like I was out of that stage where like you're nauseous and then you like suddenly turn ravenous hungry because you haven't had any food for like the last 8 hours. And so we ordered a whole pizza and we watched like movies and TV, and it was cute. It was good.
Aww. Mommy, I went home and threw up. It was my turn.
Well, I think that's where we should transition into some of your points about like actual like going out.
Like going out?
Yeah, like what's some of your first like points here? Bring up some of your dating stories you got.
Oh, let me see here. No, so back to where we were talking about, we were on different pages of what going out meant. I decided to put down some points of what I do when I go out to the bar.
Okay, period.
So, first one being being face first on the ground at the local bar, which I have no recollection of, but apparently I did it.
Face first.
Face down
On
floor. The bathroom floor.
On the bathroom floor?
Yeah. Apparently, but I said it wasn't me, but everybody that I was there with said it was me. I don't remember leaving the fire pit. All I remember is fire pit and Taco Bell chicken quesadilla.
Maybe you had to pee a little bit.
Like face down?
I love that you're like, I don't remember being there, but everyone else remembers me being there.
Well, they were like, do you guys, apparently a guy came out to the fire pit and was like, do you guys have like a ginger friend? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, she's face first on the bathroom floor. Ew. And I was like, no, I didn't leave that seat.
Y'all, the bathrooms in our local bar are so nasty.
Which is why I was like, it can't be me, because I didn't get any like skin eating amoeba. So it wasn't me.
Okay, period. You made it out in the end.
So, and then I just talked about how every chance possible when I'm out with friends, I like to run away and go on side quests.
You really do. It's hard. It's really hard to keep track of Zoe sometimes. Like, I'll literally be like, okay, I'm going to go use the bathroom. I'm going to be right back. We'll be by the fire pit. Outside, it's really nice vibes. I come back, and you're nowhere to be seen. And not only that, but also nobody knows where you went.
No.
Not once. I'm like, nobody saw the ginger leave. Nobody saw.
Where'd she come from? Where'd she go? We don't know. No, I like to run off and like talk to people and get to know about them, and I talk to them in British accents.
You don't. You do?
Said, hi, my name is Zelda.
That is kind of the fun part of like going out to bars, is that people, like, unless you like run into somebody you know, for the most part, people don't know who you are.
No.
And so sometimes it's fun just to create little side stories. I don't know.
Gosh, I tell them my name is Zelda and that I'm like visiting.
Well, speaking of runners, there was one time that this is a story about my friend Bruno. Shout out to Bruno. There was one time where we were out with a group of friends, and I can't remember if it was for somebody's birthday or just going out, but he'd gotten a little tipsy, and we were walking to the next bar. It was like a far walk. It was like a 15-minute walk to the next bar, and so we were gearing up for it, and we turn around, and Bruno's gone.
Same Bruno.
And we're like, okay, like he couldn't have gotten like that far, right? Like he was just right behind us. Mm. We like look across the street, and do you know like what a pedicab is?
A what?
A pedicab?
No.
it's like those little you ever see those guys on like bicycles that have like the little like tiny little carriage in the back that you can like ride in, and you just pay like a little bit of money? Maybe it's only a thing in my town. So basically it's like a bike. we don't have a mic for my producer yet, so I'm going to repeat everything he says. It's like a bike that the guy drives, and there's seats in the back, and you just get in. It's like real cheap. They have them like on the coast and stuff.
I've never partaken in this. What?
You've never seen one of those before?
No. You got in that?
I didn't. Okay, let's go back to the story. So we look across the street and we see this pedicab. Bruno had gotten in the pedicab, was already like, because he was, like I said, he was tipsy already, so he did not want to walk all the way to the bar. He got in this pedicab, paid him, and was like already on his way out. And we were like, we started yelling, and we're like, Bruno, where are you going? And he was like giving us like a little Princess Diana wave, like. And that made him make it to the bar before any of us did. And honestly, he was smart. I commend you, Bruno, because that 15-minute walk was brutal.
We would have done it too, Bruno. Don't worry.
Oh, next story. We'll be clear up these going out stories real quick so we can get a little bit more streamlined with the dating.
Oh yeah.
I don't throw up very much when I do drink because I usually don't drink enough to get me there anyway because I hate throwing up. But there was one time, I can't remember, again, I don't know if it was a friend's birthday or what, but it was in the last not couple months, like 6 months ago maybe. I thought I had been doing well. I got home, we did like our bedtime routine, I did my skincare, of course, as I said, always do your skincare. And I got into bed and I started to get the spins.
Oh.
And I was like, maybe I'll be okay, maybe I'll be fine. And I also get like really embarrassed when I have to throw up. I don't know why I find it embarrassing, but... And so I made up an excuse. I told my boyfriend, he was like in bed next to me. I was like, I forgot to brush my eyebrows. I need to go brush my eyebrows. And so I like run to the bathroom, and the next thing you hear is just me going. So I hate throwing up in general. It's a very.
I can't remember the last time I threw up other than one night Lane and I got home from the bar and I wanted to lay on the bathroom floor next to the toilet just in case. You said
the cool tile.
The cool tile. That's my favorite.
It is very grounding, honestly.
It will cure you. And then I'm next to the toilet just in case I need to throw up. Lane loves to cuddle. She loves it. She was like, you're not laying on the bathroom floor. You're coming in this bed and you're cuddling me. And I'm like, I'm going to throw up. So she brought me a little trash can, got me water. I was barfing forever. Oh. I think I filled up that trash can. And then in the morning when we woke up, Lane was like, you got throw up on my nice cup. Well, if you would have just let me sleep on the bathroom floor, it would have contained and I would have been happy. But yeah, I hate that.
Well, one of my last story here about going out is actually, because you were there, my 21st birthday party, which is like a staple in like any like
yes, you have to
American's life. What is there any other countries that the drinking age is 21? I think everyone's lower than us.
Yeah,
I think we're pretty much the only one that's 21.
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided to have a house party because I'm much more of a, to be quite honest, I'm not that much of like a bar club person. I kind of love a house party.
Oh.
Unless there's like, I should say, we live in Nebraska, so most of the bars here don't have good music, like majority of the time. I should say I haven't visited the bars here in Dinkyville very much, so I could
Dinkyville's bumping.
I could be incorrect. And so I do like house parties more. So I had a cute little house party. It was a costume party because my birthday is on Halloween.
Of course. Of course, Gage's birthday is Halloween.
So we had a little costume party, and you showed up. Our other best friend, Leah, showed up. You were Hugh Hefner, is that right?
I was Hugh Hefner.
And she was a Playboy bunny.
Yes. Iconic.
Leah pre-gamed too hard, and like the minute we got to the party, fell asleep in the back room, and like did not come. She would like come out for like 5 minutes, dance, and everyone would cheer, and then she'd go lay back down.
Did we both?
Yes, you did too. I was being a host. It was my birthday party. I was going on to all my groups. I was saying hi, hello, thank you for coming. And everyone's like, where's your friends from? Where's your friends from Dinkyville? We're so excited to meet them. And I was like, they drank a little too many twisted teas, and they're currently in the back room asleep on the chairs. So you can go say hi if you want.
And then we ditched the chairs and completely hogged the bathroom.
Yeah, they took over the bathroom because I think that was the night you were throwing up.
I was barfing.
Yeah. And I came in, there was a video of me like coming in being like, Zoe's like actively puking, and I like barged the door and I'm like, Zoe, thank you so much for coming tonight. It means so much to me. And then I was like, oh, and I was like rubbing her back. And I was like, Zoe, you have to get up, girl. You have to get up. And then there was like people coming into the bathroom, and at that point we were like, honestly, Just go. She's asleep on there. Just go. She's not gonna bother you. Just go.
It's like a rug on the ground at that point. And Leo would look at people and be like, "Come on in, come on."
Just don't mind her. Don't mind.
And I'm on the floor like.
Well, that's the same night too. We also got back to our apartment, and this is my hangover cure for anybody that needs a hangover cure. This is my tried and true system. Obviously, throughout the night, drink water is the number one thing, to be honest, because dehydration is like the main thing. But once you get home, eat something that's gonna fill your stomach. Like this night, Leah just tore into my tortillas. 8 plain tortillas. She like dug into the package. They're like claw marks.
20 tortillas. And then when we ran out, we were like, "Gage." And then you brought us more.
So I don't know if I necessarily recommend. I mean, I guess they worked. Like, sure, I use tortillas, but otherwise, I like make a toast with jam or like Nutella or something. Like, make yourself some toast, and then I always take 1 ibuprofen and 1 Tylenol and go to bed, and I'm good. I'm golden.
Not us. Leah and I that next morning went and got McDonald's, and I threw up in the McDonald's bag.
Yes, I remember that.
And I looked over at Leah, and she's driving like this.
Jesus.
Oh gosh.
Lord. Okay. Well, that was our. Do you have any other going out stories you wanted to mention before we dive into the actual topic of the episode?
I have calmed down. Like turning 21 in that 21 year, I think that I did the most, and now it's like.
I am too. I really like. I do enjoy like going out and getting a little tipsy, having fun. Mm-hmm. But like, it's not like my number one thing, to be honest. Like, I do it like I mainly just do it socially. Like, I really don't like.
I can't remember the last time I was hungover.
Yeah.
Like. At all.
If I do, I go like I have my little like pineapple Malibu, maybe rum and coke, some basic.
I'm a vodka Red Bull girl.
Of course you are.
There's nothing else.
That makes a lot of sense, to be honest. That makes a lot of sense.
That's the only drink for me. Sponsor.
Svedka.
Edit it in my hand, Gage.
You want me to edit that? I'm way too lazy to edit that in.
We had to take a little break.
Yeah, we took a little break, so we're back. And now we're gonna dive into the real topic, which was going out, like dating and cheating. And so I'm just gonna let Zoe kind of take over this little segment here, because
this is what I was prepared for.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
But anyways, to lead into it, I was just talking about going out on my first date ever, which Gage was there for.
You know, I had to be.
He had to be. How old were we? We were juniors in high school, or were we was it senior year before COVID?
I think it was senior year.
Yeah. Anyways.
So you're like what,
18? So just on the cusp of being able to
18.
download. We were 18 because I was able to download Tinder.
Yes.
And I got on Tinder, and I met this lovely man. He was amazing. But I made Gage and our friend Kenna. Hey, Kenna.
Hi, Kenna. Shout out again.
She's going to ask for her check again. But I had them follow me around while we went on this date. And Gage drove us there and parked in the parking garage. And McKenna and Gage got in the back seat. That way it looked like I drove the car. Even though there was a cheer sticker on the back of the car that said Gage.
I completely forgot that when he came and picked you up from the parking garage, we were like in the back seat, like underneath the seats.
I was like, he's going to come get me. I'll like stand on the car like this. But he did. He came and got me. And then I was like, okay, watch my location. And once we leave, you guys are going to follow us out. So to Gage, that meant when they get in the car, I'm going to immediately speed out of this parking garage. And me and this boy are leaving the parking garage going straight. And Gage is coming up on the left and almost... It's us.
I almost T-boned them. I don't know what timing, what God had that in plan for us, because it was too perfect.
And we could see you and McKenna in the front seat, like.
We didn't even try and hide it either. Like, this is our exact face. I'm gonna look into my camera. We almost hit them. Like, we both stopped on our brakes real fast, and me and McKenna were like.
And the guy was like, "Oh my God, fucking crazy driver." I was like, "Oops, Oh my god, yeah. It's
Because
stupid.
I even tried to take like I was like, okay, they're gonna go that way, so let me take an alternate route. And I got like lost and like wrapped around and was
literally almost killed us. So, and then we went to this restaurant, and to make matters worse, I can't remember if it was Gage or McKenna decided to start choking on a piece of chicken during our date.
Hold on. We have to set the scene a little bit better though. This is Blue Sushi, which is that a chain on here? This, got that.
But they know we live in Nebraska.
Oh, sure. This was Blue Sushi. And I don't know if the gods had it in like fate for us that day because we got sat directly in front of them where I could like, the guy was like, his back was to us, but Zoe's eyes were to us, so we could see her and her reactions.
Yeah.
And me and McKenna were also just like having an entire like T-spell session while this was happening. But every once in a while, I'd look at Zoe in the eyes and like, I was messy back then. I don't know. I like deep throated a piece of chicken.
He started choking. He was choking on the chicken while my date was telling me a sob story. And I'm sitting here like...
What was the story again?
Like how he helped kids in need at a summer camp. And it was really emotional and how he really enjoyed it. And Gage was choking on a piece of chicken. And I looked like an asshole. So... And then, after we were done at dinner, we decided to walk to the bookstore next door. And I could see Gage and McKenna perfectly. They looked like a happy couple walking on the street, you know, from the back.
We were literally posing as like a straight couple. Like, we
were.
need aliases. We need disguises. I like hooked up. I was like, McKenna, give me your arm. This is going to work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As if I wasn't wearing like 5-inch inseam shorts.
Yeah. No, you looked not straight. But... as we were leaving the bookstore, Gage and McKenna were right at the front door, and we ran into them, and they look at me and him. Instead of being like, they go. And my date goes, do you know them? And I go, yes.
Well, let me tell you my POV of this.
Okay.
Because I can remember if you left the restaurant first or we left the restaurant. But we were like, okay, let's just go walk around a little bit while they walk around.
Oh, we left first because I left you guys there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I think, because I was checking your snap maps the whole time to like kind of keep track of where you were. And so like, let's follow them into the bookstore. And for a long time, we were doing really good, y'all. This was like some spy shit. Like we were like watching them through bookcases and like walking around. And we thought we had like sealed the deal. We thought we were good. So we walk out of the bookstore. We walk into this other store for a little bit, and we're like, we're just like looking around, and we check the snap map again, and you're still in the bookstore. So we're like, okay, we're probably good to like come out of this store and like go walk somewhere else. Again, I swear, the gods must have had, something must have been in the fate for us, because at the exact same moment that you guys exited the bookstore, we came out of that store also, and like it was almost like a T-bone situation again, and we did not. I think maybe we could have recovered a little bit better if it had been more like. If maybe like we had come out and like walked down the street and then we saw you guys walk out. But I think it's because we saw you at the exact same moment.
Went like this.
Yes. I was like, there's no saving this.
No.
We're cooked. He's going to shoot us. I'm just kidding.
No, he dead ass was just like, you know them, don't you? And I was like,
yes. Unfortunately, yes. But I feel like that's a rite of passage though. Like your friends have to come to your first dates.
I was scared. It was my first date ever, and I met him off Tinder.
It was also like an internet date, kind of.
Yes, I was like, I'm not getting kidnapped.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
My first date was also off of Tinder with my boyfriend. Because number one, I mean, you can find and meet gay people just fine in Nebraska, but it's definitely like, especially like where we were in our small town, like there just isn't a big population. And so it was easy just to look on Tinder, to be honest. And the first photo I saw of him was him in this turtleneck, this black little turtleneck in his university bathroom.
And you said, give me 14 of them.
And we went and saw, our first date was, we went to Starbucks first, because first of all, I wanted to make sure that he wasn't going to murder me. So I wanted to be like in a public place.
Smart.
And I remember being so intimidated because my boyfriend is a big coffee drinker, big coffee guy. He was actually a barista for a while. And so we go up to order, and he goes, I would like a Irish cream. First of all, you don't even have a mic right now. Let me finish. He went, I would like to order an Irish cream cold brew, please. And my ass at that point was still like, we hadn't been like super big into coffee yet. Like
we said pink drink.
We would get pink drinks and shit.
Yeah.
But I was like, let me get coffee so I can be on his level. But I didn't know what to get, so I was like, can I get a caramel frappuccino? Which to me, I was like so embarrassed. I was like, not this man getting an Irish cream cold brew and I got a caramel frappuccino. A caramel frap.
Isn't there no coffee in that?
There's coffee. There's like a little bit. Just like a little bit.
Like a breath.
A breath of coffee.
It's ice cream.
They drink it and they...
A whisper of coffee. So anyways, then we went and saw Frozen 2 was our first date. We went and saw a movie and it was Frozen 2, which I'd actually already seen at that point.
Oh
I
my
wanted to see it
gosh.
again. And I'll talk about this sometime, but I am actually in the making a Frozen 2 documentary on Disney Plus. One of my TikToks is featured in there, so.
I'm leaving this out.
This next story I just saw.
What? Oh.
This one's
Yeah.
recent, y'all, like within the last 6 months.
That's within the last 6 months. So, of course, Gage is always here when these things happen. You need to leave.
Maybe I'm a bad luck charm. I don't know.
Oh, well. But I was seeing this guy for like, 6 months?
Yeah, it was a while at that point.
It was a long time.
Yeah.
He was cute. He would buy me gifts. He would make me food. He had a cat. He had 2 cats and a dog. It was
Green
the
flag.
best.
What we thought was a green flag.
But I would drive 40 minutes to see him every night.
Orange flag? Maybe.
But he did have his own house and 2 cars. So,
Oh, I forgot about that.
yeah. So he was a man. But I was just a girl, so I had to drive to him. Anyways.
I was just a girl.
I was seeing him for a while, and then it just like wasn't going anywhere, but like I still really liked him. So one day when he was getting ready for work, he would come out of the bathroom and like wake me up, but while he was in the shower, would like run to the corner and like pat my face down with makeup and like put a breath mint in and then get back into bed and be like, good morning.
Just woke up.
And he would always put my socks on for me. I don't know. Weird, right?
That's like a marriage thing. That's crazy. I haven't even let my boyfriend put my socks on.
He would put my socks on for me in the morning. And one morning he was like, you left your socks here. And I was like,
This is like Cinderella.
no, I
Oh my
didn't.
God.
Me with my things at this man's house, it's like I would put it in the corner and I would put it in the bag. If I took something out, I'd put it right back in the bag. Because I was like, I don't know if one day he's going to be like, I don't like you anymore. And I don't want anything to be here. He puts these socks on my feet. And they are Nightmare Before Christmas themed. And I'm like, okay, honestly, kind of cool socks. I wish they were mine, but they weren't. So then to like test my theory of maybe he was seeing somebody else, which I don't know how he was because I was there.
Wait, I didn't know about the
every night.
socks.
Yeah, I
That
told
is
you about
insane.
the socks.
I don't remember the story about the socks.
Anyways, to test my theory to see, which, like I said, I don't know how he would be seeing someone else because I was there every night and in the morning. And then he would go for work.
She was there during the day.
I don't know how. I don't know. But to test my theory, I decided to leave my really nice Victoria's Secret shorts there. And I was like,
Come on, BS Pink, period.
He does his laundry every day. He was in the Marines. So he's like very like tight ship everything.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
everything is clean, all the laundry is done, and then it's done in the morning. So I was like, I'm gonna leave my shorts in his dirty clothes pile and see if he's like, hey, you left your shorts here. Weeks pass. And I'm like, came there and I was like, did I leave my shorts here? And he's like, no. And I was like,
girl, that other bitch took your VS Pink shorts.
I was
Those
like-
are expensive.
I was like, yes, I did. And he's like, no, you didn't. And I was like,
that is the craziest test ever.
so then like things started like dying out, and I just wanted to get like some closure for him because I saw him for 6 months.
It was kind of a long time because I remember you first bringing it up, and like we all thought like, oh, this is green flag after green flag after green
It
flag.
was amazing. I don't know. Oh, but I guess I should not skip over the part where before all of like the ending happening, wow, the ending happened. Gage and Lane were like, you should FaceTime him so we can see what he looks like. And I was like, no, I don't want to.
We are notorious for being like, we're very bad at staying quiet, basically. When someone's like, okay, I need you to give me a private moment on this FaceTime. Like, you can see him, you can watch. Don't make any noise. Don't talk.
Don't make a
do
single
nothing.
sound.
Don't breathe.
So I was like, I'm going to FaceTime him, which I usually didn't, but I like did it sometimes. So he picked up and he's like, hey, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. And he was like playing a video game. And it was like getting towards the end of our conversation. And before I hung up, Gage.
Do you want me to recreate it? I'll recreate it.
Gage and Lane start like giggling, but like not loud enough to where he can hear it, but I can hear it because I'm right there. And right before I end the call, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go.
Lane goes to take a Snapchat video of this. If you're a visual watcher, watch right now. Lane goes to take a Snapchat video of Zoe on FaceTime, forgets that flash is on. It's also like we're like kind of in a dark room at this moment too.
Pitch black.
And so Zoe is on FaceTime and Lane with her fucking Snapchat goes like this. And it makes her face, like, lights her face up. There's also, like, no way that, because she had both her hands on the phone, so there's no way it could have been her.
Yeah.
And so instantly we're like, our cover is blown.
He hung up the phone so fast.
Well, for the few moments he was still there, we were trying to hold in our laugh, but it was one of those where I was like, I was crying. I could not breathe. I was like, literally going insane.
So fucking embarrassing.
But that wasn't our fault. We didn't ruin it, right?
I don't know. But the next day I did go over there and bring him Runza, and he said he wasn't mad at me, but I could tell that there was some anger. I was like, 6 months and you're mad that I'm showing my friends who you are.
That's when I was like, okay, maybe this is kind of dodging a bullet, to be honest.
Whatever. But when I texted him to like get some closure, I basically said, hey, I know that we're not talking as much and we haven't seen each other in a while. I just wanted to let you know that I had a really good time with you, and I hope that everything goes well. And instead of him being like, oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like ghost you, or like, yeah, I think that this isn't working out, he sent me one message. One. And it said, good night. Good night? It was like the middle of the day. For one. For two. Give me my blue shorts back, bitch. Good night.
Didn't you see him at the gas station the other day too?
Oh my God.
His truck.
When I was driving, because he lives on the way to where Gage lives, I did see his truck at the gas station. I almost flipped a Yui in the middle of the intersection.
No, ma'am. Never again.
I wanted to walk in there and be like, good night, and then leave.
The gas station clerk, like.
That gas station clerk know me too. Because I would go in there and get my Sour Patch Kids. Anyways. But yeah, I miss him sometimes.
Should we talk about cheating a little bit? Okay. Leah's not here because Leah has some. I think we should do a Cheaters Part 2 sometime.
Oh, with
because
Leah.
Leah has some truly crazy.
Leah has some
cheating stories, like absolutely
wow.
insane. And so I don't even want to like spill any of it now, even give a teaser. So stay tuned for a Cheaters Part 2. But you have I've never been cheated on, but you have some stories of your own.
I know you're watching too, Pookie, so. Hey!
Where do we start?
I don't know where to start. Okay,
let me
I gotta go. So, I dated someone for like 3 or so years, right?
That's a long time. 3 years is a long time.
3 or so. But it's like, I don't know. It's a lot. Most of the people who they date when they're like 18 or 19, it doesn't work out, and that's okay. And then there's a small percent that it does work, you know?
Me and my boyfriend about to be 5 years.
I know. That's why I said most people, does work. For me, though, no. For my parents, no.
For my parents, no.
And it's okay. It's okay. You when you're 18 and then when you're like at the age that we are right now, sometimes you become a completely different person and sometimes you don't. It's just, it depends on how you progress in life and what you want. And sometimes with that person, you don't want the same things, and that is okay. And sometimes men's frontal lobes take just a little bit longer. Okay? Not you guys, though.
Thank you.
But like I said, I'm only going to go into vague details when I describe this because unlike him, I want to keep someone's private life private.
Period.
But for someone who's so protective of their private life, he took no time breaking into mine when we broke up. And by breaking in, I mean breaking into my laptop and logging into all of my social media accounts. Because he couldn't.
That's still so
crazy. He couldn't understand that I just didn't want to be with him because I was done.
Hacking into... Oh, wait, so this happened after you guys had broken up?
Like a day after. Maybe 8 hours after we broke up.
Oh. My God.
Yeah, he did. So that was fun. I also really respected how he wanted to keep our relationship so private. So private that he would never post me on any of his social media, but would keep up photos of other women and would call me his roommate.
To multiple people, to the point where...
On multiple occasions.
To the point where it got back to me. And this is a very big part of where it all, like, the downfall kind of started, is I went to Zoe because I was like, hey, I heard through some people that, like, this person has been calling you their roommate. Like, did something happen? Did you guys break up? And Zoe was like, what? What?
Yeah, no, you got in the car one day and you were like, so are you going to tell me about you? And I was like...
I will bleep it. I'll bleep it. It's okay.
Hold on. You have to remember to take that out.
I will.
It's okay. We made just a big enough a deal about it.
And also, I'll cut away to my face so that nobody can hear you or read your lips doing it, so we'll be fine.
Are you just going to put the... Oh, my God. I got too into it.
Sorry. Oh, we got a little... ahead of ourselves.
No, but anyways, Gage had gotten in the car one day and been like, so you're going to tell me about you and your boyfriend? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, a bunch of people said that you guys are only roommates now.
Which is the craziest thing to say.
Who's to me?
That's just simply crazy, especially when, like, you know that people that run in your circles also run in my circles.
Like, these are two very
brave. Very closely knit circles.
And it's like, what am I not going to tell you? Like, what?
What were you thinking? Anyways, I haven't even gotten to the cheating part yet, which I don't know. Like, he doesn't want to call it cheating. I want to call it cheating because of what the girl had told me, because a girl did come up to me and was like, hey, do you know blank? And I was like, yeah, that's my ex-boyfriend. And she's like, when did you break up? And I was like, that doesn't line up with my timeline.
Damn.
But she, oh God, basically at the job that he worked at, that I got him, he would text me sometimes and be like, hey, I'm staying after work for a little bit. My friend wants to talk to me in the car about what's going on in their personal life for an hour and a half after
that's so crazy.
The place that he worked at closed. And lo and behold, a girl that worked with him was like, yeah, he had sex with me in the car at that parking lot of that job. And I was like, okay, when? And she's like, well, I've been talking to him since he started.
Damn, when did he start? How far into your relationship did he start? Was it only like a few months at that point? Like a few months at the job, I mean.
Start talking to her?
Yeah. Like right away.
Right away. Like right away. And that was like year 2 of our relationship.
At the job you got him to.
Or
That's
like
crazy.
2.5 years in or something. But yeah, timelines did not line up. And so he doesn't want to call it cheating, but seems like it to me. He's like, we weren't together. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Wasn't he also in one of those, like...
Talk about that. You can't talk about that.
Oh. We don't talk about the Fight Club.
We don't talk about the Fight Club. But no, that's just like the cheating I wanted to talk about, you know. And I guess like my experience with men afterwards hasn't been amazing, so I'm doomed.
We're on our way up, though. There's some new opportunities on the horizon, so.
I'm doomed.
I also forgot to introduce our little friends here. I don't know if this has
yeah.
even been in frame the whole time. What is this?
So these are my fugglers.
Not sponsored, but I mean,
Not sponsored, but should be. This is my
Yeah.
sponsorship that Hey! These are what I make my singing TikToks with. I hold them for support, and I thought that they should leak their way into the podcast.
the fact that they have teeth is crazy. Do they have?
Welcome to the That's Crazy Podcast, fuckers.
Do they have names?
Yeah, that's Donatello, and then this is
Oh, it's like the
Leonardo.
yeah, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Cute. Oh, do you want to talk about your type? What is your type?
Oh, so yeah, with this new dating life that I have accumulated, I figured out that my type is 6 foot, maybe some tattoos, mommy issues, and like the personality of like a cardboard box cut into the shape of a cracker with no salt.
That was crazy.
So,
If anyone's watching,
if anybody,
I think you forgot one though.
oh
Questionably gay.
yes, I love them questionably gay. It's like, God, I just wish I was you. It's so hard out here because I'm like, oh my God, he's cute. And then they're like, I'm gay, honey. But anyways, that's my type. So if anybody fits those standards and with like long term, if your Tinder says long term and you don't want long term, maybe don't put long term.
Amen.
But I don't even know what I'm looking for. So.
I don't think they even had those features though when I was dating Kaden. Like first dating.
Did they?
Tinder's gotten crazy. There's Hinge now, Bumble. None of that was there back in my day.
No, yeah. Tinder's for like hookups now, and Hinge is for like questionably wanting to date.
Well, we all know what
Oh,
Grindr is
God.
for, so.
Well, shit.
One of my straight friends questionably knows exactly what the Grindr chime sounds like, so. Little. Clay, if you're watching.
Oh no! He's gonna get a mention in every podcast, and
No.
he's gonna love it.
I love him. It's fun. They're selling chocolates.
Chocolate.
I remember when they invented chocolate.
I hated it.
Okay. Okay. We are back from break. It's been chaotic tonight. We are going to take a little transition now that we're back from break and go into what's going on with the girls, gays, and theys.
they're eating the dogs.
We kind of ate that one a little bit.
Kinda ate.
Biggest thing that we really need to talk about, mainly because my mom really wanted me to talk about it.
Oh gosh, are we really?
We are.
I don't know anything about it.
Well, we can go into it just a little bit. P. Diddy
No.
has recently been arrested and charged with counts of
Everything.
harassment, everything basically. But baby oil was found all over his house. And the biggest thing, though, is that so many celebrities were involved with P. Diddy and some of the things that he did. Not any of the cool OGs, though, like LL Cool J, Snoop Dogg. They've always, like, not liked P. Diddy, to be honest. Which is why my mom wanted me to talk about this, because my mom did not like P. Diddy, but she loved Snoop Dogg and LL Cool J and all the cool guys.
There we go.
But already we're starting to see, just today or yesterday, I think I saw, Usher wiped all of his tweets clean.
Clean.
Ben Affleck also just left J-Lo, like not even a month ago, like right before all this stuff started to come out, because maybe he knew about some of the stuff that J-Lo was also involved with P. Diddy. And so let me just pull up this news article real fast. This is from the BBC. The charges against Sean Diddy Combs explained. The diddler.
Ew.
That's a crazy.
Ew.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
No. What?
I didn't think he was gonna repeat it.
So the court case comes after. Oh, he's entered a not guilty plea. Okay. The
Sure.
court case comes after a year in which the musician has faced lawsuits from a number of women. Here's how the allegations against Mr. Combs have stacked up. So Cassie Ventura is a singer and a model who signed to Mr. Combs' record label and dated him for more than a decade. She said the mogul has used his position of power to set the groundwork for a manipulative and coercive romantic and sexual relationship. He regularly beat and kicked Miss Ventura, leaving black eyes, bruises, and blood. There's also, she's described parties known as freak-offs, which are drug-fueled, day-long performances, which Mr. Combs allegedly coerced women into and filmed for his own pleasure. And so, I mean, just the... you can go watch, like, real news sources and stuff surrounding this, because this is not a place, like...
Don't get your news from us.
This is not a news source. But the biggest thing I wanted to bring in, because we talk about pop culture and celebrities also, is just like the celebrity fallout that might come from all this, especially if like some of the videos and tapes are released.
But it's celebrity fallout that should happen if it's true.
At this point, like it goes like so deep that I would not be surprised if like 50 plus people like got indicted and included in all of this. And honestly, we all know about the darkness in Hollywood and certain parts of the industry, and there's good parts and there's bad parts. But for a long time, people in those positions of power have used their position to start things like this.
Mm-hmm.
And now that it's finally getting out, I think, especially after the Me Too movement that happened in like 2016, I think there just really isn't a tolerance for it anymore.
There shouldn't be, which is probably why it's coming out now.
Yeah, social media...
You don't get to hide nothing no more.
Nothing can be hidden anymore. And so, yeah, that's like the main topic I wanted to hit with P. Diddy is just shit is hitting the fan. And we'll see what happens in the next couple weeks with, I don't know when the trial is or like when all that's happening, but stay tuned for more Diddler news.
Yeah. Be prepared. You know, my girls, gays, and theys topics are not as heavy as that. I would just like to say that I did see Ian Somerhalder, the guy who plays Damon from Vampire Diaries.
Oh, I was like, who are you talking about?
He was doing a live stream on TikTok promoting a product like an infomercial, and it was amazing.
That's kind of sad, though, that you have to, like...
Do an infomercial?
Do an infomercial.
Like, it honestly is, but it's like, that's how you get our attention. Like, it got my attention.
Yeah.
So...
Get your bag.
Get
Honestly,
your bag.
The economy sucks, so like, do what you gotta do. To be honest, at this point, but I have been seeing like on the topic of TikTok Live, like infomercials. I've seen this like same like 45-year-old mom come up like on my TikTok Live. She doesn't have that many followers, but she's always like working. She like sits in this like giant swing bed, and she like has a TikTok shop of everything under the sun. And it's like one of those where she's like answering comments, and so she's like, "Yep, product number 45," and she's like swinging back and forth in the chair. She's like, "Yep, product number 45. That's going for $19.99 right now. It's an all-time high sale, 6% off. Hey, Blue G, I saw you in the chat. Yeah, thank you. You want the slippers? Yep, those slippers are 15% off. You can get those slippers right now." And I was like,
"That's crazy."
I was like, "Why is QVC on TikTok right now? Like, what is happening?"
Everybody's living out their QVC dreams right now. But yeah, I thought that was cute because, you know, he's hot, so.
You said, "I want to buy that product."
I sat on that live stream like,
"Is he for sale?"
Okay, going for $19.99. I'll take it. Give me it. No, but yeah.
On the topic of more celebrities, Lady Gaga today, or it wasn't today, it was like the last couple of days, recently addressed some old rumors and some old clips of her where, do you remember in the early 2000s when Lady Gaga was just popping off, where people were obsessed about like asking her if she was a man?
Yes.
Or not?
Mm-hmm.
And she recently came out, and I have some quotes from her because I think she's always been ahead of her time. She's always been a huge ally of the LGBT community and just like doesn't give a fuck about gender roles in general. So a lot of she would get asked, like almost, if you watched an interview from that back in that day, like at least one of the questions would be, "Are you a man?" People have been saying online, "You're a man," and Lady Gaga would always be like, "What? Why does it matter?" And so she said, the reason I didn't answer that, she would never answer the question. She would never say I'm a female or a male, which is sickening. And she said the reason I didn't answer the question was because I didn't feel like a victim with that lie. Gaga said, "I thought about, what about a kid that's accused of that would think a public figure like me would feel shame? I've been in situations where fixing a rumor was not in the best interest of the well-being of other people. So in that case, I tried to be thought-provoking and disruptive in another way. Because she could have very easily been like, I'm a female.
Yeah.
Cleared her name, whatever. But she took it as an opportunity to really bring, like, a topic of conversation that was kind of taboo at that time in America, like, to national TV through these interviews. So yeah, I just thought it was sickening. Her new music is coming out soon.
Oh, thank God.
I think she has a new single coming out next month is what I've heard the rumors are.
We're saved.
October 11th apparently is the date, so that would probably be a topic on our next episode.
We're saved.
And it's supposed to be like kind of born this way, like dark grungy aesthetic again.
We're saved.
We are saved.
We're so saved. Speaking of like dark themes, were you into like dystopian movies when they were coming out?
Is that like Hunger Games and like?
Yes.
What was the one? Divergent.
Yeah. Maze Runner.
I wasn't so much in that one as I was the other ones. I think it's just because at that point I had already gotten like well fed from like Hunger Games, Divergent. I was like, I don't need another franchise.
But it was like there was a big time for those. It was like 2008, like 2016 was that era for that stuff. But the reason I want to talk about it is because there was a new movie called Uglies that came out, and it is based off a dystopian book.
Off of these?
No. Uglies, and it's starring Joey King.
Did she play Gypsy Rose Blanchard?
She did.
Period.
But she was also in the kissing booth.
And she was in Taylor Swift's music video for the Speak Now Taylor's version music video. What is it called? I don't care.
Oh, you better be careful.
But I can't.
Say that.
I went to the Eras tour, you guys. I'm a big Swiftie.
There we go. But the reason I wanted to bring it up is because the reviews on it are not good.
It got canned.
It got pretty canned. Some of the main points are that it was rushed, no chemistry between the characters, needing CGI, which we have it now. Use it.
That's an interesting comment. I feel like I haven't like seen someone be like, please use more CGI.
In a dystopian movie, of course.
Okay, actually that does make more sense.
Yeah, for sure. Like, come on, use it. We have it now. Script sucked. Even though the majority of the people hated it, they are eager for a second movie. But I think it's because they were left so hungry and starved.
Just because I feel like we haven't gotten much of that genre in the last
That's because
couple
it's done.
years.
It's done for. Nobody is interested in that anymore. It's like when Tumblr and all that was so big. It's like people ate that up. But now that it's like,
I also think we are just so like.
This is the
yeah.
I was saying, I think we're so aware that like the dystopian like themes in some of these movies are like too close for our own personal comfort that now it's not like we used to like watch Hunger Games and like watch Divergent like, oh, this is sad, but also is like kind of entertaining because
this would never
this
happen.
is so far away from us.
Yeah.
And now like Handmaid's Tale, like it's getting a little too real out here. Actually that makes a lot of sense that there isn't like dystopian movies anymore because of that.
They've had their time. They've had their time to shine. People are just over it, but they are ready for another movie with it.
Do you remember what your Divergent house is?
I did not take that
I was
test.
a Uridite, so
Okay.
basically the smart elites. So.
Of course he was.
Are we shocked?
No.
The big thing that I really want to talk about today, because it is actually, we're filming this episode on the 22nd, September 22nd, so it is actually the fall equinox. We're finally into fall, and it's 60 degrees today. Thank God.
God.
And
Sick
so
of that heat.
I walked into Zoe's house today. We're again in Zoe's studio today. She got a pumpkin candle going. There's a skull with like headphones on it over there.
And it's been like that for the past 2 months.
I also love that one of our hot topics, like the last 3 episodes, has been fall is coming.
Fall is coming.
We're big. Hey, we're both. You're not a Scorpio, right? You're. I think we already talked about this.
Yes. We're just fall babies.
We're fall babies.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
So when it comes, we're like, it's time for us. It's our time to shine. It's our season.
Oh my gosh! One thing I did want to bring up. This is like one of my last hot topics.
Okay.
Before we talk about our song of the week, is Ariana Grande finally dressed like dyeing her hair blonde for the Wicked movies.
Okay.
So she
Was her hair blonde when she got married? I know she's not married anymore.
No, it was brown, I think.
It was?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And so the main reason that she wanted to dye her hair blonde is, for a long time, people were like, why did she have to dye it? Like, why couldn't she just wear a wig? I know she wore some wigs in the movie. Like, why didn't she just wear a wig the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
But for her, it was a big part of the mental process for her, is what she came out and said, is that it was a big part of building her character. She said, my pop persona is such a characterized version on its own. Beauty really helped me deconstruct that person and find Glinda. Step one was dyeing my hair. Even though I was wearing wigs, I needed to be blonde too. The brows needed to match because there was a softness to Glinda with the lighter brows. It didn't make sense when I had my dark eyebrows. And to me, as like an actor, like that is something big, is to transform, especially when you are a pop star, you are essentially playing a character already.
Already, yeah.
And so to go from that to playing a character in a movie, that's pretty opposite from like
What you are.
Yeah. You kind of do have to deconstruct yourself from like even just waking yourself up in the morning and seeing that you have a different hair color than the character you're playing can cause some interference.
Yeah.
And so I think like some people complain like, oh, her eyebrows are too light, all this blah blah blah. But if it helps her play the character, like fuck it.
Let her do it.
And I think she looks cute. So
Eat.
period.
Eats. Is that out yet?
Nope, it's coming in November. We're going to have a whole episode dedicated. No, I'm kidding. That's probably not going to happen, but we'll talk about it in Hot Topics.
Aye, man.
I'm really excited, though.
Me too. Okay, eat. You know what else is coming out in November?
What? Thanksgiving?
Season 2 of Arcane.
I never watched season 1. There's so many things I haven't watched. I'm sorry.
I can't be friends with you anymore. I'm quitting the podcast, guys. I'm really sorry.
So we're looking for a new host.
We're looking for a new host,
We're looking
everybody.
for a new person.
We're looking for a new host, so...
No, but Arcane is like, God, you just need to watch it.
What is it based on? Is it like its own original story?
What game is it based off, Kaden?
Isn't it League of Legends?
League
Or
of
am I making that
Legends.
up?
Sorry.
I think, yeah, Arcane is based off League of Legends.
Okay.
And it follows the character Jinx. He's looking it up.
Yes.
League of Legends. It just follows a bunch of characters from the games and like goes in on their backstory. It's really good. I think it took them 10 years to make the first season.
Because it's animated, right?
It's so good, so animated, and it's the most amazing soundtrack, the most amazing visuals. Storyline was amazing. Amazing.
I love 2D animation, too. I'm all for, like, the comeback of, like, 2D animation.
And I have been waiting for this. Has it been 4 years since they released it?
First episode date was 2021.
2021. So maybe 3 years?
3 years.
I have been waiting so long for the next season to come out, and I was watching all of the teasers, and I am just losing my mind. I can't. I'm gripping the walls. Like I ate 2 chicken cheese quesadillas, and I can't wait anymore.
Period.
I can't
Signing
do it.
off.
I can't do it anymore. I need it now. You don't understand. Anyways, give me your song of the week.
Okay. So, my song of the week, I can't even remember what it was, actually.
Song of the week.
Um,
Song of the week.
Song of the week.
Song of the week. Song of the week. Hit it.
I will mention that Katy Perry's 143 album did come out. But again, I'm not going to even use it as one of my songs of the week because a majority of it is produced by Dr. Luke. Dr. Luke. Anyways. So my song of the week instead is Heaven on Earth by Britney Spears from her Blackout album. Which, what do y'all know about Blackout by Britney Spears? That was her comeback album in 2008. After she had the last, I think it was like a 3 or 4 year span in between albums, hiatus, which was big for pop stars at the time. Usually they didn't wait that long.
Mm-hmm.
It's because she was going through some of her mental things. And she comes back with Give Me More. It's Britney, bitch. And the rest of the production of that album, Heaven on Earth, it opens with like these roaring 80s synths, and go listen to it.
Eats. My song of the week is Impatient by Sebastian Paul.
Who is that man?
I don't know.
You always got these indie mans out here.
I do. I'm sorry. I gotta bring a little flavor to the podcast.
That is true. It can't be all basic pop girlies.
No.
like me.
We're very different sides of the spectrum when it comes to music.
It is tea, which is why I actually like.
Like, I feel like your music taste is what people would assume mine would be,
Yeah.
and mine is what they would assume yours would be.
Oh, I'm flattered. I'm so indie, you guys.
You ain't indie at all, babe.
I'm so alt.
But no, that's my song of the week. I feel like would we get copyrighted if we played like clips of it at the end?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
If we want to make some money and get that company car.
Okay, so who's paying you?
The company.
It's a write-off.
It's a write-off.
Who writes it off?
The company.
The write-off people.
The company writes off the write-off. Okay.
Anyways, are we done?
Yeah, I think that might be where we end off the episode for
I don't
this
know,
week.
yeah.
It was actually, it's kind of almost like a two-parter, to be honest. We kind of did like
We said a lot.
going out stories and that. So enjoy the extra long episode because, again, we won't have an episode next Saturday,
Yeah.
but new episode the Saturday after that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
make sure to follow us on Instagram at thethatscrazypod. You can also find the podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music.
Mm-hmm.
You can follow me on Instagram at Gage Boardman. Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
You can find me at ZoeSennett on anything.
Period.
But okay, see you guys next time.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Oh, leave us a review, please.
Oh, please leave us a
Leave us
review. If you leave us a review, I will scream your name into the abyss.
Oh, okay. Yeah, comment if you left a review and we'll shout you out. Period.
No.
No. Okay.
Okay, we're done.
Okay, we are done. Good. Bye.